One of the very best ways to stay healthy physically at any age is to stay strong. Strength training, though, is often overlooked, and that's a part of fitness you really need to do as early as you can. It's a specialty of Eric Eznite, or Eric Miller, as he's really called, who's a personal trainer at the Movement in Davenport and Moline, along with Beth Dunn, who's one of his clients who joins us today. You might, Eric, will some people know you to see you, that you're a famous wrestler?
Well, I don't know if I call myself famous yet, but I'm making my way up to the top.
You are, with that Eznite. That's your professional name, right?
That's my professional wrestler name, yes.
So, Beth, is that why you came to him? Because he's a famous wrestler? Why did you choose him as your strength trainer?
Actually, about 3 years ago, I wasn't feeling very well. I was kind of depressed, lost a sister from cancer, went through COVID, and my doctor's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. What am I doing?"
What am I doing?
And he's like, "You know, I think a personal trainer would be good for you." So I went to the Y, and Eric was offering 3 sessions free. And I said, "Okay, I'm just going to do the 3 sessions with you, and then I'm quitting, because I just want to know how to do it." And so I went, and then after I was going to quit, he's like, "Come here, I want to show you something." And he said, "See how you could barely get up from a squat before, and how you're squatting all by yourself now?" And I thought, okay. So I said, "Well, I'll just stay with you till summer, and after summer's over, I'm probably going to go bike riding." And then he would show me more of what I had done, and I really started to feel the difference in my body and my immune system. I was on 5 medications. I'm down to 1. I've lost 39 pounds. I've lost 14 inches around my waist. And I feel more confident. My mental health is better, especially when I'm stressed and I'm working out with him. But I needed somebody to hold me accountable. I needed somebody to show me how to do it and how to progress, because I'm not very good at doing that on my own.
Well, Eric, you've got a fan in Beth. Listen to that. She could be your PR manager.
She basically is.
I think she is. I think she is. But I know that you wanted to use Beth as a good example of someone who probably didn't feel like a strong person and was not feeling well at all.
Right.
Do you have a lot of clients like that? Are you able to transform lives? What's that about for you?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I want to help people through fitness and nutrition. I want to help them live healthier lives. And I like to do that in the most sustainable way possible, so that you're not starting a diet and then quitting it 2 weeks later. This is something that you can continue throughout your whole life.
And so we're looking at video of various clients who you work with. And where do you, is it mainly at the Movement, or where are you right now?
I do train at the Movement in Moline and in Davenport.
Yes, okay, so those are your places. And so when we talk about strength training, people might think you don't mean bodybuilding.
No, I do not.
In that old-fashioned sense.
I do not.
So explain how you would help Beth, because she brought some. You had to bring some free weights today and a kettlebell. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do functional strength training. So movements and exercises that are going to help everybody. So everybody goes down and reaches and picks up something off the floor every day.
Sure.
Everybody puts something overhead every single day. Everybody sits down and stands up every day. All of these things are movements that can be mimicked with the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press. To
strengthen those muscles. To strengthen the muscles. So you can, all your life,
right,
you know, no matter how long that is,
right,
you can feel better and do better. So Beth, I know you're willing to do this little demo for us. So were you intimidated by a kettlebell the first time Eric said, "Pick that thing up"?
You know, I think I would have been, except he is so gentle and caring and gives you a range, and he makes it so easy that even if you don't make it, it's
easy. He doesn't want to hear that word.
Be careful.
So Eric, talk her through this, and us as well, so we know what Beth is doing.
Okay, so Beth, you're going to do a sumo deadlift. You're going to pick something up off the floor, so I want you to widen your stance just a little bit more. Pull that in tight, the kettlebell tight to you.
Okay.
And you're going to squeeze your glutes. You're going to put your hips forward, and you're going to stand up. That's a sumo deadlift for you.
What's the weight on that?
That's 30 pounds, but Beth actually last week lifted 170 pounds on the
Beth? What in the world? 170
Amazing.
pounds?
170.
I did.
Now, does that challenge you as you pick up the 30?
It does after you do so many reps. It does. But like I said, then the next couple of days, I'm going to feel stronger. And was I intimidated? At first when I walked in the gym, I was. But he's really good at calming you down and not making you do something that you're totally uncomfortable with. He'll push you a little bit, but not to the point where I can't do it.
Well, we're gonna. I have to wrap soon, but why don't you go ahead and pick up those free weights, and then Eric, you can. What's the poundage on those?
Those are 10s on each side. This is just a little warm-up weight for Beth. This is gonna be an overhead press.
Okay.
something you got to do every single day, putting something above your head or taking something off that top shelf. She's basically punching the ceiling, making sure that she is keeping the weights in a straight line.
How often do you recommend that we do strength training, Eric?
I say at a minimum, you're looking at 2 days. I'd recommend, though, 3 to 4 days a week.
3 to 4 a week. Is that how long you do that?
Yeah.
So, so you can see that Eric is, I don't know, it's kind of a miracle worker, I guess, right? That's what Beth would say, anyhow. So we're going to put up the information for The Movement, is what it's called, in Davenport and in Moline. It's a new kind of gym. I mean, really, the theories that you use and the techniques, Eric?
What was that?
It's a new kind of a philosophy, I think, you have with The Movement.
I think so, yeah. I think, you know, for a long time, coaches have been like, you know, drill sergeants. And maybe that works for some people, but I want my clients and I want for myself, I want to reach that goal. I want to reach that dream. So I got to do it in a realistic way that I can do one day at a time.
Feeling better with just life, yeah?
Right.
I want to thank you both.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Yes, and Eric, we'll have you come back and we'll talk about your wrestling career. How's that sound? Yes.
That'd be great.
She's a fan of that too.
I am.
Thanks, you guys.